focus on whatever task you have coming up and being able to focus so well that it's like a flow for you and you don't even have to think about it, because I think that we can all lock in to something and get the work done. But I think that it's better if you can enjoy it and also not have to think too hard and let it be a flow, because that's like kind of the purpose, right? Like, lock in. So I wrote down a few things in case I forgot. But the first thing I want to talk about is the day or night before the task. So a lot of people call this a reset day, and a reset day can basically be getting your mind and your body right. So obviously the basic stuff, writing down everything you need to accomplish and having all of your stuff organized. So if you need, research, making sure you know where it's at. If you need to pre-plan like clothes that you need to wear during the week, getting that done. Getting all of those obvious things done so that you're not thinking about anything else when you start the week up. But also, I want to talk about the fun part of it. So for me, I think that if I have like a lazy, easy day on myself, or an easy, lazy night before whatever I want to accomplish, it really helps me get my mind right. So maybe focus on what excites you that you want to do, or someplace you want to go after your goals are done. So thinking about the fun things that you'll do, or if you have a spot to have a break in the middle of the task, like say it's a week long and you have one day in the middle of the week that you can, have fun. Pre-planning the fun parts of your week really helps. You want to use this day as a way to be easy on yourself and get your mind right, so you can pre-plan all of your stuff, but also give yourself a break and prep your mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't just focus on the task, focus on how you feel, how you want to feel after it's done, the fun things that you want to do, or ways that you can make it more fun so you can focus on those things when the task gets hard or boring or draining, whatever it is. So number 2, on that same kind of note, I feel like it's really important to be aware of your feelings. So really focusing on your feelings and how you think that you'll feel once this task is done. That way, if you start getting bored or discouraged, you can tap into the feeling of having it already done. You can actually use the feeling of accomplishment before you accomplish it. And it's kind of funny because if you use the feeling of accomplishment, it will make you like so laser focused and you'll get things done like way quicker. So if feelings come up during this project, just try to let them go and be in the flow using that accomplished feeling doing and you give in and you just let go, then you'll have that reward at the end. You'll have that good feeling, because we're so used to instant gratification nowadays. But long-term satisfaction is so much more gratifying and is usually way better. So focusing on the feeling after it is done and tapping into that. Okay, let me see what I wrote down. Okay. And moving your body is so important, because if you are working on a task that uses more brain power than you're used to, you're going to start feeling burnt out or like really lazy or like sluggish, and you will not want to work out. So if you're feeling like that, you have to like force yourself to work out, because if you move your body, if you even stretch or take a walk or something like that, it will get rid of that feeling. I know it's like weird because it's like counterintuitive, but move your body. If you're sitting at a computer all day, if you're reading a lot of stuff, if you're using so much brain power, you have to reconnect with your body every single day. I suggest making sure you have a few minutes every day planned out for you to move your body. You're not going to want to. You're gonna be like, I worked all day, I do not want to do this, but just try it. And after you're done stretching, walking, working out, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. You will see what I mean. Like, your brain fog will clear up and you will feel like so much better. Move your body every day, especially when you're taking on a new task and locking it. So, back on the topic of there's like fuzzies everywhere and sticking to my lipstick, because I took this like little thing off. But sticking to the plan. Stick to the plan. Not your feelings. The plan. Okay? This is where I feel like a lot of people get messed up, because they'll write down all this stuff and they'll be like, yes, I'm gonna do this, and then they wake up in the morning and they're like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that. So in these moments, you have to think like a robot, okay? I don't have feelings, I have papers, and this paper says I do this, and I do that, and I whatever. Live by your schedule, not your feelings, and that's why it's so important to really schedule everything out, or it's gonna be really hard for you to push yourself and get yourself to do things that you don't want to do. And on that topic, do not over plan. I know a lot of people who will like write months that she always writes down the fun things that she wants to do first. Like, she always schedules her days off before she schedules her work stuff, and I think that's genius because it makes it way more fun, and somehow you get like everything done when you know you have fun things coming up. So don't write down too much so that you can trust yourself, you can stick to your schedule and not your feelings, and add some fun in there because I don't know, if you're like me, you might like run away from fun sometimes. Like, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like guilty, like having fun, which is like a weird go-getter mindset, but it actually slows you down if you don't have fun, if you don't have days off, if you don't have, you know, rest days or things to look forward to. You're gonna be less productive and do less work. Even though you might be working more days, you're doing less things. So don't overwhelm yourself. Write down the fun things. Stick to the schedule, not your feelings. If you really have these feelings coming up, focus on either tapping into already being accomplished and done, or remember how proud you are going to be and how good you're going to feel when you have accomplished it. And I kind of like went off on little side things, so I don't have like, you know, step 1, 2, or 3, whatever anymore. But whatever. I think that another good thing to do for yourself is be proud of yourself. Like, a lot of the times we push and succeed and then we're like on to the next thing. But you don't need to just be on to the next thing when you're done this. You can sit in accomplishment, in gratitude, in thankfulness for yourself, in happiness for the work that you put in. Really, whenever you accomplish anything, sit with that feeling and just be like, yes, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Like, that feels so freaking good. Like, I did that. Yes, that was me. I got it done. Like, pat yourself on the back. Like, if you wanted to get 100% done and you got 99% done, do not focus on like, oh, I could have done better. Da, 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 da. No. Yes, I did it. I don't care if it wasn't perfect. I don't care if it wasn't the complete, utter outcome that I wanted. Life isn't gonna work like that. You gotta work with life and it's gonna work with you. So, work with yourself here. Be proud of your accomplishments and thankful to yourself, because that raises your vibrations and it makes your brain want to do it again. If you don't take a second to pat yourself on the back and you just keep focusing on the next goal and the next goal, your brain's not going to want to do it anymore because there is no like feel good outcome like in your head. So that's why people say like stuff is great, but stuff can't make you happy. And that's because like a shiny new car isn't gonna tell you how proud of it is of you. Like, you know what I mean? You have to do that. Like, it's not about the car, it's about the feelings that you get having the car. So it's like you have to bring the vibrations with the stuff. So make sure that you are working on those feelings, because like for me, I am the type that's like always on to the next thing, and I've had to train myself to feel happy feelings, like to feel accomplished and to feel proud of myself. Like, those aren't just gonna come naturally. Like, I mean, sometimes they do, but those are also emotions that you have to practice. So practicing those feel good feelings will really help. And okay, so I have like one more little say it's a week long, right? The first day is gonna suck the most because you're not in your flow. You're not tapped into your abundance. You're not tapped into your accomplishments. You're not tapped into the outcome yet. It's gonna be the hardest day. But just telling yourself, no excuses, stick to the schedule. It's one day. It's one day to change my life. It's one day to get this done. It's really only one day of suffering. It's only one day of changing, you know? And a lot of the times things seem way harder than they actually are because it is like such a change of schedule. Like anything that is a change is gonna feel intense, and then you realize it's really not that big of a deal. It's really not that intense. 9 times out of 10, by the end of the day, you'll lay there and you'll be like, wow, that took me like 5 minutes and it really wasn't that big of a deal, and now I have all of these like blessings and feel good feelings in my heart. So like, just remember, it's one day, no excuses, because if you take it one day at a time, you'll see it's not that big of a deal. The first day is always the hardest, and even like with working out, I always think that the warm-up is like the worst part. Like if I'm doing cardio, and like if I'm doing like kickboxing, we have like a 3-minute warm-up. The 3-minute warm-up is always the worst part because starting something is just uncomfortable, but after those 3 minutes and maybe the first round, like I'm in the flow. I'm not like feeling lethargic or sluggish anymore. My mind is like set and I'm ready to go and I'm warmed up. So same with working out, same with using your brain. The first day is gonna feel like the hardest, and if you don't overwhelm yourself with thinking of like how you're gonna feel tomorrow or the next day or whatever, thinking like just one day at a time, that's really gonna help you, because you're just gonna overwhelm yourself if you try to let feelings, you know, stop you from accomplishing. Because yeah, first day is the hardest, and then you'll pat yourself on the back, and patting yourself on the back will give you that good energy to wake up tomorrow and do it again with way less struggle and way less, you know, like, boo, this sucks feeling, you know? I mean, literally, habit stacking, it exists for a reason. That's because once you get up and get going, everything else falls into place. So, just to kind of recap everything, use either a day or the night before as a reset day, not only to write down your schedule and get everything pre-prepped, but also to take it easy on yourself, to take it easy on your mental, and to really relax into this, you know, session thing you're about to do, okay? Second is, do not overwhelm yourself with a crazy schedule that you know you can't accomplish, because that's gonna give you self-doubt, and you want to be able to truly trust yourself and not get overwhelmed by feelings. Next thing is, just freaking do it. No excuses. Anytime feelings come up, you drop them. You don't have feelings. You're a robot. You're sticking to your schedule. After it is done, then always congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back, and be proud of yourself. And make sure that you're scheduling in movement every day and fun things, whether you can fit it in, you know, the schedule, or fit it in after you've accomplished whatever you're doing. You've got to have some fun in life and move your body and not overwhelm yourself. And then just remember, take it one day at a time. Thoughts come up, you existing in this moment. I am just today.